Hello everyone, Peanut and I welcome you. Here's Peanut, he just had a shampoo a few days ago. He's my Mary's little lamb dog. Boy, he wants to get better position here. He's so precious, he's so good. Uh, with Peanut and I were just outside. It's so hot, H-O-T hot. Um, it's supposed to get past the 100 mark later on this week. I looked up the thermometer, my outside thermometer, which is right in the sun. It's not a true reading, but it's at 99 uh, uh, on the thermometer. But it's not a true reading. But it's hot. Oh my goodness, it's hot. And Peanut was happy to come in the cool house. Okay, Peanut want to sit, lay down. He curls up on my lap and goes to sleep. I put him to sleep, like I put other people to sleep when I talk. Oh boy. Okay, this is going to be a little bit different because the Supreme Court upheld Obamacare to the chagrin of a lot of us who think we could have universal health coverage without all those mandates. Um, no matter where you stand there, the Catholic bishops always went way back in the years back pleaded for universal health care. The Catholic, but the method, we're not against universal health care, but the way it's being done uh, the mixing it up with all kinds of other stuff that are not ethical and not according to uh, our consciences. We can't like abortion and sterilization and contraception. But so we're not against universal health care, but the way it is. And I know a lot of people today who was hoping that the Supreme Court would strike down at least those things that are so unacceptable. But it didn't. And so I know there's a lot of people discouraged, and I want to address that. Uh, I just got finished watching the ending of a beautiful series called Living the Discerning Life by Father Timothy Gallagher, Oblate of the Virgin Mary. He was on EWTN, and they have it all in DVD, and I recommend you getting it. It's just beautiful. He does it in front of a live audience in a retreat house down in Clearwater, Florida. And so there's interaction and all that, which it's interesting to watch. And he's just such a holy priest. But he was this one I watched just about an hour ago. He's finishing up his series, and just like Jesus at the Last Supper, he finished up his saying farewell to the apostles. And the last words he said, Father quotes the last words Jesus said to the apostles at the Last Supper before he was going to be arrested in the garden in his passion and death and resurrection. Anyway, Jesus gave a word of encouragement. So what I wanted to do in this YouTube is just a different YouTube, the word of encouragement. Uh, for us who are fighting for universal health care in a good way, who are fighting for our most cherished uh, uh, our most cherished right, religious liberty, living our conscience in our country that is founded on the first on these rights that we have from God Himself, the Declaration of Independence. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, not because the state gives it to us or takes it away. It's God Himself. We already have it. It's the state to help us live out these freedoms that we have. And the United States is one of the greatest countries with living religious rights. But even here, our rights are threatened by one of the mandates from the Obamacare, as you already know. But anyway, sometimes we feel isolated. Sometimes we seem to not have the backing of people that should be backing, who seem to be indifferent or oh hum about it. and this is their rights, not just for Catholics, but for all people. Their rights, religious rights, their rights of conscience, of our conscience. And then the first right of our Bill of Rights is this very right that we're fighting for. But sometimes we might get discouraged with what the Supreme Court decision today. But people don't get discouraged. Look what Jesus said to his apostles who are about to witness his passion and death, who are about to scatter. He said, you're going to be scattering just before their behold, the hour is coming and has arrived when each of you will be scattered to his own home, and you will leave me alone. Well, my goodness, he was telling, he's going to be left all alone. Oh, here's, dear people, this is not part of the thing, but it's so sweet that he says this after this. He says this, but I am not alone. He's not alone. With everybody running to their houses, they abandon him. But I am not alone. What is it? Why does he? Because the Father is with me. Well, that's another YouTube. But when I read that, I said, oh Jesus. Sometimes we feel so alone, but we're not alone. The Father is with us. He will never leave us in our aloneness. Oh my God, that is so helpful. People, we're not a fatherless people. We have a Father who will always be with us. Even if our fathers are imperfect or maybe wasn't home or something, we have a Father in heaven to fill in the blanks what our natural father couldn't give us because of whatever. Anyway, but Jesus said, when you all scatter to your homes and leave me alone, I am not alone, he says, because the Father is with me. Oh, I just think that's so beautiful. And I assure you, those people feel so alone and abandoned and marginalized. You're not alone. The Father is still with you. Jesus knows it. He's going to be taken by the soldiers in the garden, and one of his own disciples will be betraying him. Will be turning him over to the police there, to the soldiers. All of that, he's going to be all alone, but he's not going to be alone. The Father, because I will not be alone, but I am not alone because the Father is with me. Now that's another YouTube, but I couldn't pass it up. It's just so beautiful. Because sometimes we feel desolate and abandoned, even in the middle of the crowd or in the middle of our troubles and everything. When we just messed up everything, and nobody cares, seemingly, and all that. You're not alone. I am not alone, Jesus says. When you all scatter and go to your homes and leave me, I am not alone because the Father is with me. Well, that's a different YouTube, but I want you to know that. But the word of encouragement comes. The last thing he spoke, according to John's Gospel, 16:33, are these words: in the world you will have trouble, but take courage. I have conquered the world. Okay, we have trouble at this period of our history, of the church's history, in the beautiful, wonderful country of our beloved United States of America. But take courage. We might feel alone. We see even some of our converts, some of our fellow Catholics, maybe don't see the value of it. There was all kinds of uncertainty about contraception. They didn't realize, they didn't come to really grasp it, and the culture just took over this contraceptive thing, and they didn't see that it's about sterilization and all. It didn't click in their minds, and because of many reasons, and not to blame or anything, there's just many reasons our culture was so strong in this regard. Our abortion, well, that's a big one. That's really big, because a little person is involved, the life of one of our little brothers and sisters, of our little citizens in the womb of the mother, that we have to stand no matter what for the rights for them. But anyway, we might feel alone and a voice calling in the wilderness. But he says now, and the priest that quoted it used another version. he says, let me just say how he said it. In the world you will have trouble, but be of good cheer. That's what he said. Yes, that's what I've been trying to tell people. Don't worry. Yes, you have to speak the truth. Yes, you have to take your hits. But be of good cheer, because we know like someone told me this afternoon, we know who's going to win. Ultimately, the truth will win. The truth is Jesus Christ. He has conquered already. He is also the winner of the culture of death and all the stuff we're fighting. To affirm life and everything. I have conquered the world. If the winner, ladies and gentlemen, we have the winner. The winner is Jesus Christ. By his death and resurrection, he has conquered sin and evil. We're just playing it out and until all things are under his feet, and until he comes again to judge the living and the dead, until he comes to bring us all into eternal life. So don't be worried about how badly things look or this defeat here. Who cares? We are just called to be faithful, to stay on our hold our position, to be courageous, like Saint Irenaeus today. Saint Irenaeus became bishop in Lyon. Right after the apostles died, 103 he was born. And he was even a disciple of Polycarp, who was a disciple of St. John the Apostle, the last of the apostles. But they sent him to Lyon in France, which was one of the Roman colonies, and there was a great persecution in the empire against Christians, and his predecessor was martyred. And can you imagine taking a job when the predecessor was martyred? Well, boy, that's a pretty risky job, isn't it? Well, ultimately, he did stand for the truth. He did write glowingly. Saint Irenaeus of Lyon, and Saint Irenaeus, a bishop and martyr, he did stand for the truth, even to give his life. He shed his blood for the truth. But we have to do that too. Maybe we won't shed our blood, but we won't be so popular, and we might make people not want to be around us because we're not politically correct. That's okay. We love those people who are uneasy with us and everything. We love them and pray for their, maybe to see these things more clearly. Not that we are any better than anybody, but we're just humble servants bringing the truth of Jesus. The truth is Jesus. Truth is a person, and it's Jesus Christ. And he's assuring us, even in the middle of all this political year and everything, and all the stuff that's going on, he assures us this, and I'll read it again and close with this. In the world you will have trouble, but take courage. I have conquered the world. Be of good cheer. I have conquered the world. And the winner is Jesus Christ. He's won, and we'll share his victory ultimately with his conquering the world by his love, giving his life on the cross, and being in that tomb 3 days and busted out of that tomb, which is not only his resurrection but our ultimate resurrection into heaven. God bless you.